Good morning. This is my 2017 PXII Ford Ranger 3.2 diesel, 5-cylinder. I've got a couple of problems with it. First thing is it's running rough in the mornings, particularly just getting cooler now in the cooler months, and I've got an oil leak at the back of the rocker cover gasket. Both these problems are linked together, so I've been saving up the money I need to be able to carry out this work. This video is for anyone who wants to have a crack at doing their own work on their own motor. It's reasonably straightforward, but there's a few things that you need to be aware of. One of the key things, you need a scan tool, or you need access to a scan tool, or someone who will be able to code the injectors afterwards for you, because that is a critical component, as well as doing an injector pilot relearn, which sort of basically resets everything and helps the engine run a little bit smoother. I do apologise in advance. There's going to be a little bit of huffing and puffing and stuff like that throughout the video, so I'm a mechanic, bear with me, and I do apologise, but I hope this is helpful for somebody down the track. Okay, let's get into the video, and I really do hope that this helps somebody down the track to be able to do this job themselves. these have been off already. Interesting. Gotcha. A little further out. Free up this loom a bit. Hopefully, yeah, there we go. Should be just enough to get out of the way. Might be time to get these injector lines off, I think. Oh, it's not good either. Unions loose. And so is that one. Okay, that is interesting. Okay. There we go. Lift that one back up. I wonder if that's been leaking. The same for the other one then too. The other one for sure does. So that one there is your feed up from your high pressure pump. This is your common rail. So when I talk about common rail diesel, this is a common rail. Pressure's fed into your injectors, and then it's electronically, the needle on the nozzle is electronically lifted off the seat within the nozzle to deliver the fuel. So we'll just have to see how we go with that one, but we'll get the injectors out first. I'll leave that feed line there for now. I'm going to focus on getting these injectors out, but first we've got to get the fuel leak off lines. So within these injectors, they've got a very small tolerance inside, but there's still leak off between where the pressure is and goes up inside the injector, and hence this comes out here and returns back to the tank or into the system. So, but to get these off, there's a little clip on each one. So you got to pull that out and don't lose them. I've been known to do this sort of stuff. Almost like that. Put them somewhere very safe. Not safe that you can't remember where they are, but safe that you know where they are. Okay. Just going to put them in a bag. I've got some new clamps coming, bolts coming for these from Ford. They are stretch bolts apparently. Loose. Okay. Oops. There's two. Come out pretty easy, this is good. Okay. Okay, here we go. Easy actually. Let's pull this foam stuff out. Fucking oil everywhere underneath it, and that's the reason, well, part of the reason I'm pulling the particles. I explained it already earlier, but oil is pissing out around those injector seals. Sorry if you can't quite see it, it's a bit hard being a short ass like I am and trying to do the work at the same time. Right, so the next step is to work out what I'm going to do with that feed line. Let's go around and start slaking it off the rock cover. There we go. Ah, yeah, there we go. Happy days. All right, so I'm just going to show you something. This has been giving me the shits for months now. If you can see down there, come on, hang on. You see the oil's been pissing down the back of the cylinder head there, running all over my driveway. And so I'm happy now that I can finally replace the gasket, and that's what I'm going to do right now. I haven't got the injectors yet, but once I've got the rock cover cleaned up and a new gasket fitted, I'll throw it all back together. So pull this gasket off. Now they are around each of the bolts, which is probably good because it holds the gasket in. And they'd leak, and so there's one that's fallen out there. Right, old gasket doesn't feel too bad. How's it feel? Yeah, this one's much softer. So this one I think was replaced at some point down the track or a ways back, but it's just gone hard. It doesn't have as much give in it like the old one, like the new one's going to be. Okay, I've put the new gasket on. I'm sure that's pretty self-explanatory. You just got to make sure you push it over the, so when you push it in, it's got like a little lip, and you push that in, push it together, and that'll hold your gasket in for you as well. Okay, so we'll replace these seals, and just got to pop them out. Sometimes they'll come out easy like that, sometimes they might be a little bit more challenging, I suppose. So there's the old one, there's a new one. And that, that is loose, that is not good. Why would that be loose? Same for this one here. It's a bit of a worry why that was so loose. I'm going to check it around and see if it's the same or not. Got the new one. Oh, that's nice and tight. Okay. Okay, that's not good. It's got a crack in it. So I've just noticed there's a crack here. There's actually nothing I can do about that today because I need to get this rocker cover back on. So I'm going to grab some sealant that I've got down there. Just if I bog it up for now and I have to get a brand new rocker cover for it. Yeah, they're just falling in. Putting a bit of sealant around the seals there. Around the edge of the seal rather. Just to help it sit in that rock cover a little bit better. So I'll just move that rear a little bit. There we go, push that in. See how easy that goes in? This is a perma-seal set too, it cost a couple $100 from Repco, so it's not shit. So I just squeeze some sealant into that crack from the other side, and you can see that it's come through a little bit on this side. So with a bit of luck that'll actually stop if I'm leaking. Or not entirely, then not entirely, then perhaps it minimises the leak anyway. shit. Okay, rocker cover is going back in. Got all the bolts in. Hopefully in the right spots, should be, I think. Somewhere near. Okay, so got covers on. I've just started nipping them up. The torque settings are 4 Newton meters and 10 Newton meters. I don't have a torque wrench that goes down to 4, so I'm just going to do them up just so they nip up with a quarter. And when they're all about the same, then I'm going to go around with torque wrench and nip them up at 10 Newton meters. Also, according to the auto data, there's no particular way to do it, but I'm just going to do it the way I would normally do it, and that is just to go crisscross them and work my way around and out as I go. So. Probably can't see that very well. It's a little bit blurry, isn't it? But you can get the gist. That's where the injectors go down through, and obviously that ring with the sort of black ring looking, there we go, it's a bit better, is where the copper seal sits. So you can see there's some shit down there, so I'm just going to give it a bit of a clean out. So what I'm going to do is going to get a screwdriver down there with a bit of rag on the end and give it a wipe, and then check it again afterwards. And I'll do this the same thing to all the other ones as well. Okay, so there we go. You can sort of see the results there. It's actually not too bad. The other ones probably aren't quite as good, but they're still right. And I decided to err on the side of caution and use a screwdriver. So I've got a piece of 8mm hose I had floating around and a bit of rag for the end. I taped her up so it wouldn't fall off. It worked perfectly. Okay, so I've got my new seals from Ford, and by Jingo, they fit much better. So I've just been a little bit worried about that, to be perfectly honest with you, but every single one of them has gone in. I just pushed them in with my thumb, nice and stiff to go in, and they're holding quite nicely, and they're sealing, looks like the sealing going to seal very well. So happy I made that decision. Ended up costing me a couple of $100 extra, but I think it'll be worth it down the track. Okay, so I've just got my package today, which is the injectors, 5 injectors for $2,250. So good that Jefferson Ford and Victoria have taken the initiative to be able to order parts online. Not only that, these came with discounts, so $3,800 list, $2,250 including GST for 5. Genuine Ford. Cost me $230 in total. That includes the freight, the GST, and I also bought 4 brand new bolts that hold the injector clamps down, because they're stretch bolts, they can't be used again, so they need to be replaced. Just open up one of these. These are the bolts, 5 injectors. Yep, there was some other prices comparable. I think there was Continental ones that you can get for around about the same price, but I suppose you can't really go past Ford, to be honest. Look at that. Brand new. Brand new, and it includes the copper sealing washer on the bottom. So a bit later on I'm going to go through the motions to program each one of these, but for now go put these in. Alright, so I hope you can see that all right. I've actually marked each one. So these are the cylinders that each one of these injectors are going to go into, and what I'm going to do next, I'm going to take a photo of each of the tops of these, so when I go to program this into the ECM a bit later on, I'll know what I need to enter in for that injector being in number 1 cylinder, so the computer knows about it. To be honest, I don't actually know which bits and pieces of these numbers that are needed, so I'm just going to take a photo now and I can refer to it later on. I think it's that one, B2 EMH EMJH, I think it's that one, but to be sure, I'm going to take a photo of them now, each one, and that way I can code them up later on when I'm ready to start her up. Okay, so I'm just putting the bolts in now. Just put a little bit of grease around the shaft so as it goes through those little seals we put in the rocker cover the other day. So they're going to go through that. So I've just put a little bit on the thread and then a bit on the shaft. Something like that, just so it doesn't bugger the seal as it goes through. Alright, so these are very, very low torque settings. So it's 3, 4 and 6 Newton meters in different orders, and then you've got to do 360. So I don't have one that goes down that low. So what I'm going to do is probably do a guesstimation and then do like a 3/4 full turn depending on how it feels. Last thing I want to do is break one of these off in the cylinder head, which is a sort of the stupid thing that I would probably do. Not on purpose, by accident of course, but so anyway, I'm not going to film that bit. Alright, I've got the bolts in. I feel pretty comfortable with it all actually. So next thing I'm going to do is put the leak off pipes back in. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Righto. I actually got brand new clips. I don't know if you saw that with the other video I took, but actually gave me brand new clips, which I thought was awesome. Hopefully I don't lose any, but I've been known to lose them with clips like this before. So I'll see if I can get him with my fat fingers, but we'll see. Yeah, okay. That went in right actually. Let's see if we can repeat the process with the other 4. One at a time. Nice and easy. Nice and easy, Chase. There you go. Lost it already. Yay. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, if you can see that. Plan B, use pliers. Which I probably should have done in the first place. Yep. That seems to have gone in just nice. So I might leave that on. It's starting to get a bit dark now. I really want to get this car done tonight, if I can. 3. I'll go right to the back this time. Hardest one. That's not in properly. There we go, that's it. That's why it wouldn't go in. Yeah, lovely. And then the last one. All right, where there's another little win right there. Wow, okay. Alrighty, nip up these now. I'll leave these just a little bit loose so I can get some air out of the system when I'm ready to go crank it. But, geez, I'm almost there. Alright, so I haven't done this with a type of scan tool before, so I'm going to, let's go back one step, and diagnosis. Yes, automatic selection. Oh, we've done it, dickhead. Okay. Yep, that's the one. System data. Come on. Control unit. Powertrain. Escape. All right, so I've got in the hot functions, injector, fuel injection, correlation factors. Okay. Do I wish to continue? Yes. Is the ignition switch on? Okay. 86 FCDE. Righto, so I'm just going to go get one of the other injectors. I'll be back because I need to correlate what the number is for each of the injectors. So once I know which number I'm reading from on the old injector, I know which number to read from on the new ones. You can see that's on the 195 CJFE. I think it might be that number I was thinking it was. This is an old number 1 injector. Man, I don't know if you can see that or not. Yep, 95. So it is that third row down next to the QR code there. Beauty. Righto, cool. I'm going to import each of them and see how we go. I don't know if I can do this while I'm filming, but you get the gist of it anyway. Okay, so I've done 4. I'm just going up to the 5th one, so I've sort of memorized the number so I can show you how it's done. So I've just gone, so it's 9 BANFE and hit enter. I'm going to double check that before you hit OK. Okay. Okay, so back in the engine bay. So after I put all those correction factors in,
Obviously beforehand, like I said, I tightened all of these, left these a bit loose. Well, I just cranked it for a few seconds. As soon as I started seeing some fuel come out, I stopped cranking, and then I dipped every single one of them up, and then started it. And geez, it sounds smooth. It's the smoothest it's ever been since I've actually owned it. So let me start up.
In addition to what you saw earlier, I also did an injector pilot relearn on it. So I thought I'd hit the video button. I didn't, unfortunately, so I'm sorry I didn't see that. But after you see me programming the injectors and start it up and run the motor, it runs pretty sweet. I did an injector pilot relearn, which just sort of resets everything.